Hello, this is BSN contributor Just Bukowski alongside my partner in crime, Kerry Gibbs, and welcome to the fourth installment of the BSN Collegiate Showcase podcast. This podcast is designed to get listeners out there more information about the showcase that will take place in Akron, Ohio on March 9th, 10th, and 11th. Today on the podcast, we'll discuss kickers and the offensive lineman committee of the showcase thus far, and let you know who our top three players are to watch out of these groups. The BSN Collegiate Showcase is sponsored by Optimum Scouting. They're the premium scouting agency for the BSN Collegiate Showcase. Domino's Pizza, an official food provider of the BSN Collegiate Showcase, and the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce. So, Kerry, let's get right into things. Who are your offensive linemen committed to the showcase?
Well, we talked about it earlier today. I really think the offensive line is the strength of this showcase, and we got some big uglies, ready to show what kind of skills they can have at the next level. We'll start off with Anthony Buffalino. He is a 6'5", 295 lineman from Lafayette. Next, we got Big Solomon Orr from Tarleton State. This guy comes in at 6'7", 375 pounds. Huge body. Next, we got Jake Farley from North Greenville, 6'4", 280. R.J. Poley from South Dakota blocks for another showcase commit, Dante Warren. And R.J. stands at 6'6", 320 pounds. Next, we got Peter Mattingly from Butler, standing at 6'5", 315 pounds. Nick Newborn from NAIA shorter, and nothing short about him, 6'1", 300 pounds. Troy McKenna from Lehigh, who is also a tight end, but he's a big guy, stands at 6'4", 260. How would you like to have that tight end run at you? Next, we got Tyler Kuehl from St. Norbert, 6'4", 300 pounds. Next, we got Jacob Nicolaisen from NAIA Dakota State, 6'4", 300 pounds as well. We got Michael Arndt from Wingate. I couldn't find his measurements anywhere. We got James Barker from Austin P, 6'4", 310 pounds. Ferdy Velez from Valpo, no measurements on him either. And then rounding up the offensive lineman, we got Chris Wilson from Drake, 6'1", 270 pounds center. So that's all the linemen. Like I said, this is a very promising group. Why don't you go ahead with your group of kickers?
Well, the first kicker that committed to the showcase thus far is Kevin Quicker from North Carolina Wesleyan. This guy had 12 field goals made into the 20. Our next player is Chris Borkamp, the Ohio Dominican field goal kicker and punter. A little note of him on the punting side, he had two 67-yard punts this past season. Scott Roche from Wheaton, he has 40 career field goals. Bobby Shadow from St. Mary's had a 66-yard punt, also the kicker and punter. Jason Owens from Trinity International, he had a long of 46 and also a long punt of 56 last year. Then we got Alex Fambro from Bethany. Let me tell you about this guy, Kerry. I don't know how this guy is kicking. He should be playing either tight end or offensive line with this body. 6'5", 220.
Wow.
That's a big kicker. That's Seabass right there, Sebastian Janikowski. Or if we're going to go punters, we go with Shane Leckler, because he's a very big dude, too. We got Matthew Myers from Northern Arizona. He's pretty accurate from all levels. Brett West from Georgetown, another strong, accurate kicker. Check out the interview I did with him on the site. We got Tom Lynch from St. Xavier. He was a key part of the national championship team at St. Xavier. Got Adam Henry from Union, New York. Leif Evers from Dakota Wesleyan, another solid kicker. We got Nicholas Allison from Malone. Check out the interview with him. Sean Kelly from UC Davis, very strong accurate kicker. He might be my prediction to win it, but I'll reveal that later. We got Eddie Carmona from Harding, Taylor Baskett from UNCP, and Chase McCoy from Pittsburgh State. So that rounds out the kickers. Kerry, why don't you give the viewers out there your top three players to watch out of these two fantastic groups?
Well, I'll start with my one kicker who I like to win the entire kicking competition, and that is Tom Lynch from St. Xavier, NAIA national champions. This guy has a huge leg. I think he made 2 or 3 from 50-plus yards. I'm not too sure on that stat, but this guy has a huge leg, very accurate, and he has the experience to win this competition. As for my two offensive linemen to look out for, as I mentioned earlier, Big Solomon Orr from Tarleton State. It's hard to pick against a 6'7", 375-pounder. So I'm really curious to see what kind of numbers he can put up in the weight room, as well as his ability to move quick. And my number one offensive lineman to look out for, Jacob Nicolazem from Dakota State, 6'4", 300 pounds. This guy maybe came a little bit under the radar from a small NAIA school. So I think he has a lot of potential. I've seen the numbers he's put up in the weight room, and I like what I see. Let's hear your three players.
All right, well, my first player, this is a little bit of a biased pick right now for kickers, but when I saw his measurements, instantly became a fan. Bethany's 6'5", 220-pound kicker, Alex Bambro.
Yeah.
If he does win the kicking competition, I'm pretty sure he can at least throw his weight around in the weight room and probably, throw these kickers around. A bunch of the kickers are real big guys, but Alex, he'll destroy some people. My offensive lineman to watch, or my big fatty, as Brian Billick would say, is James Barker from Austin Peay. 6'4", 310. The guy's going to be able to move quickly, throw some good numbers in the weight room. I'm expecting an overall good showcase from him. And finally, my last kicker to watch is UC Davis, Sean Kelly. I think kicking at the FCS level will give him a little leg up on these smaller guys. But other than that, I think we have a very talented group of offensive linemen, and the kicking competition will be one of the most competitive events in the showcase, and I'm looking forward to it on Friday. Well, that wraps it up for our fourth installment of this BSN Collegiate Showcase podcast. I'm Justin McCoskey. That's Kerry Gibbs. You stay classy, BSN.